The following is a Sarovian presentation of CTS Sports.
He shoots, he scores! Turco's on the breakaway, scores! The king is dead!
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the pre-show for Game 7 of the OSTOS Conference Finals. It's do or die now. These teams have gotten this series all the way to as long as it can go. Whoever wins tonight, be it the Legion or the Admirals, they're going to go on to the finals and face the winner in the OSTOS Conference.
I gotta say, I feel bad for these OSTOS teams. The Crowns came back hard over in the OSTOS semifinals and kicked the Bolts' teeth in, and that was after all the challenge those guys gave them. You know, a lot of times in these playoff semifinal series, we tend to see teams meet their toughest opponents right off the bat. I got that vibe with the Crowns and the Bolts. I think whoever wins this OSTOS series has their work cut out for them.
Yes, but we still have to see who wins the OSTOS series. Each team has their own specialty, as well as internal chemistry, and that dictates a lot.
You're right about that. If anything, I feel like each team has its perfect opponent in the other conference. We've got the Crowns with their highly technical style of play and strong offense. Those guys would make magic against the Admirals with their newfound focus on defense. That's a battle of minds just waiting to happen. The coach of the Season 1 winners and his team against the captain of the Season 2 winners and his team? Wow.
And then meanwhile, we've got the Legion and the Bolts. I see where you're going with this. Am I right?
Yeah, that's why it's a shame the Bolts are already eliminated. The Legion has an incredibly aggressive style of play that the Bolts match perfectly. In sports, we often say that certain matches are the unstoppable force against the immovable object. But in the case of those two, if it had been them, it would be two unstoppable forces colliding. That's arguably even more crazy.
Both these dumb scenarios make me groan. You can talk about hypotheticals for ages. The Bolts and the Admirals have the same appeal as the Crowns and the Admirals. You literally just pointed out Pruz Tella's strong offense, and while they're not as technical as the Crowns are, they know from time to time when to get the puck back into their zone, regroup, and try something different. Those guys study the tapes. I have no doubt they'll be coming back with a vengeance next season.
I guess, but...
I'm not done yet. Look at the Crowns and the Legion, which is still very possible. If that isn't the biggest money match I've ever seen, I don't know what is. Of all the teams in the league, I think these two have the most love for it. They've got the most organic love for the sport. The only fan base that's come close to the Crowns in terms of organic growth is that of the Belbata Legion.
I suppose we'll have to see what happens tonight then. Like I said at the start, whoever wins tonight ends the series in their favor, and then we have our matchup for the grandest stage of them all.
Yeah, and then we can start talking about crap like this instead of now, when we're not even done with this series. We don't know who the Crowns are facing yet. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, people.
Well, we're about to. It's time for puck drop, so let's head to the locker and see who's taking it all.
Welcome, crewmates one and all, to Ajaccia's Locker, the home of your Ajaccia Admirals. Tonight, it's all on the line. Tonight, one team rises and another team falls. Tonight, the Battle of Carolusburg sees its final chapter in Season 3. Tonight, the rivalry of a generation comes to its climactic conclusion. It's all come down to this here in Game 7 of the OSTOS Conference Finals. So please, without further ado, hoist sails and heave away for your Ajaccia Admirals! Please rise and face the flag for the singing of our national anthem.
Solgaros terrirno pornos, disco mariros divene ioner pro, pecuare via mar passusumos, oh mar proteges, eso terro chuasi, chude di paiso sabra le seposo, Dis mera feor mer los komarir, dis vi solega por fami fornir. Amfanti, elai bene, i toterri rossi verdis perros, gidiri proteggerse i torozene, i brandir de sabre la tara de sterra, isso disma sombro marreda unir, roser legena emir, i disma sombro marreda unir, roser legena emir.
Game 7. What you can only imagine in your dreams. The Bellabata Legion will take on the Ajasia Admirals in a winner-takes-all to determine who will go to the Pulowa Cup Finals. And this is going to be a tense, physical game. And there's going to be a lot of lessons learned here today by both teams, neither of which, I imagine, believed they would get just this far. In this life, we learn by example far better than we do by words. And learning by example runs deep and lasts long. This is just a game, but you play it. Oh, you play it. And tonight, one team will head to the Pulowa Cup Finals. Off the draw, brought in there, shot by Aiko Dwarem, and that's going to be a glove save by Nell Celebros. Nell's had a good playoff season so far, exceeding expectations from her performance in the regular season. After being traded to the Bellabata Legion, she's found new friends, new opportunities, and new experiences that she couldn't have imagined would happen this season. We seem to have some confusion though, as Sukatos Primara has left the ice and has not returned here, and so the captain's going to come out of the penalty box. He and Nix Fazo both received a 4-minute penalty for fighting in the locker room after Game 6. As the Legion needed an extra player, now in the neutral zone. Brought up, and Truba gets that towards the blue. Intercepted by Lyon. Brought right back in by Truba at the red line. Dumped towards Celebros, and she gets that in the neutral zone. Truba with some good physical play and gotten away by Aiko Noirem. Off the boards, Aiko with a shot that goes wide, and Celebros swats it away. Here comes Lyon at the red. Bypasses the Admirals, shot in on goal, and that hits the post, and Wadaz is going to leave it there for the Admirals. Sent to the middle. Truba past the red line. Now in on goal, but Lyon swats it away. Sent up, Truba gets it in, blocked by Lyon, back to Mucelli. At the red line still. Aiko gets that across the blue, and that's brought into the bottom Bellabata zone. Sent towards the blue, Aiko keeps it in, and Lyon's able to get that clear towards the red. Amaya Mucelli stops him and brings it right back into the Bellabata zone in front of the goal now, and Truba can't get there quick enough as Celebros gets it away to the blue. Now in on goal once more, kept away, and a blocker save by Nell gets that away from the goal. Lyon, big hit across the boards, and Mucelli gets that towards the blue. Sent in once more, Lyon goes to retrieve. Lyon towards the blue. Truba beats him there. Truba with a shot there. Rebound. Scores! And Truba opens up the scoring 1-0 for the Ajasia Admirals on their second shot of the game. 6:28 to go in the first.
Sometimes they're bound for Liverpool, more times they're bound for Spain. Heave away, Italy's heave away.
An early lead like that does not look good for the Bellabata Legion. They have a good roster that's coming back from defeats again and again, and they're able to play with this determination in the past that allows them to stay in fights longer than other teams who get a little demotivated. But there's going to be a lot of fighting here tonight if Lyon wants to pull this team back from the brink. At the red line, Lyon can't chip it past Mucelli, and that's gotten passed towards the Bellevada Blue. Sent on goal and swatted away with the stick by Celebros. At the blue once more, Trouba can get it down towards Aiko Noirem. At the blue, Trouba with a shot, doesn't reach the net. Lyon to the red. Mucelli there with Trouba in on goal, and Celebros, with the help of Lyon, is able to swat that to the north. Mucelli beaten there by Lyon. Back in on goal, Lyon sends it south. Lyon with a shot and blocked by Mucelli and Trouba. And Wadash with a great save, able to get that in the neutral zone. Aiko Noirem with Trouba sends it up. And Lyon pulls it across the boards, stopped by Trouba. Trouba off the boards, and Lyon gets a hold of it there. Sukatos Parmara off the rink, and that's sent into the Ajasia zone. Here comes Noirem, guts past Lyon. Shot there by Aiko Noirem, can't put it in. Here comes Trouba with a shot, rings off the post. Rebound again, blocker save by Nell Celebros. Still in the Bellevada zone, bottom corner. Lyon goes to get it, sent towards the blue, kept out by the Admirals. They've cleared, though, and sent right back into the Legion zone. Trouba can't get the shot off. Mucelli gets it towards the blue. Lyon comes Trouba with a shot. Blocked by Celebros, and that's going to be flashing the leather. And we're going to have a stoppage of play to the right of Nell Celebros in the Bellevada zone. Despite the 3-on-1 currently, though there's only 59 seconds remaining in that, and remaining in the Nix Fazo penalty. The Bellevada have gotten 2 shots on goal, though none of them have gone by rookie goaltender Wadaz Noirem. 6 shots on goal for the Ajasia Admiral. And the referees tried to let Sukatos Primara back into the rink there, but there's going to be no help there. Draw taken by Aiko Noirem. Aiko wins it back to Mucelli, nice and clean. He's able to dump it right on goal. In front of the goal, and Celebros keeps it away. Kept in by Aiko. Trouba shoots, scores! 2-0 Ajasia. And we're not a quarter way into the game. A beautiful goal and an amazing defensive play by Airo Noirem, who is able to hold that blue line and keep the Admirals onside just barely. Without that play, that wouldn't have counted. And Mucelli gets it off the draw, send it back to Airo, and shot there by Lyon on his own net, and that's going to be a glove smother by Nell Celebros.
Of the season, assisted by Airo Noirem.
The Admirals have a very interesting roster tonight. They have Gios Trouba, who in 8 games has 10 goals. 2 assists for a total of 22 points, though today that's going to be his 11th goal of the season. This is interesting because his number is number 10. And of course, when you get that lucky number in goals, that's a milestone any AHI player is aiming to have. And now Trouba sends it back towards the Ajasia Blue, and Lyon's able to chip that into the top corner. Here comes Trouba now, gets it past Lyon and brought up to the top. Dumped in. Kept at the blue, though, but Lyon can't stop it from going any further than that. At the blue, Primara back on the ice now. Hit there by Trouba, and that's sent wide of the goal. Lyon back to Celebros, and that's sent in the neutral zone. Mucelli sends it back in, off the post by Lyon on his own goal again. Off the boards, Mucelli sends it back towards Airo, who gets that towards some mix-matched Ajasia defenders. Now here comes Lyon at the top. Beaten there by Trouba, sent back to the Bellevada Blue. Airo strips him of possession, and that's going to go out of play in the tunnel. 3:51 to go in the first. That's going to be, of course, the entry point for Nix Fazo, but Nell Celebros has been playing her heart out this playoff season with an 83-point .3 save percentage. She is one of the best goaltenders, other than Mikhail Makana and Bedera Lyon, in this playoff series. For a rookie goaltender, the same as Mikhail Makana, these stats are going to be a huge boost in trying to negotiate their contract prices for Season 4 if the AHI is renewed. Primara gets it past Trouba, but now on the Bellwada Blue. Here comes Gios, gets it past Lyon again with some good speed. Now Lyon trying to get it out. Sent towards the blue. Fazo can't hold it in though, and Primara gets it past the red line. Iro off the boards, and Trouba stops a shot by Primara. Now it's sent back towards the Bellwada Blue. Centering pass there, Trouba with a shot off the pads of Nell Celebros. Rebound again goes wide and hits the post. Doesn't exactly get a good scoring chance for the Admirals. Primara to the blue line, kept in by Trouba, but Lyon's able to get that swatted aside. Another goal, shot by Iro, scores! And that's going to be very unpopular. And there you go, the Legion getting very upset at that, but that is a legitimate goal. The net was way too early. Let's watch that on the replay. Oh, we didn't catch that time. Let's try it again. A little slow. I still think that was too slow even. Or not slow enough. Let's see if we can get that a little slower, please. Okay, frame by frame, the net's coming down. It's hitting, and the ball still moves. Yep, that's a perfectly legitimate goal. Celebros does not get there fast enough, and the Admirals are going to be up by 3 with 3 minutes on the dot in the first. Swords in there, won by the Admirals, and Trouba gets that back into his own zone. Iro trying to get it past Primara. Primara chasing up the top. Do or die game for all teams here, centering past, and Trouba gets that out with a little help from Lyon. Iro gets it past the blue line. Iro shoots, save by Celebros. Celebros swats away the rebound, and here come the Legion. Good pass by Mucelli, keeps the Legion at bay, still in their zone. Towards the blue line, Trouba dumps it right back in. 2:30 on the clock. Trouba again rattles off the side of the cage, pad save. And the glove is gonna smother that. Face off in the top Bellwada zone. It was rumored for a long time that Nix Faza would not attend today's game due to personal reasons. And while she was able to attend today, it's unclear whether or not this was due to last-minute changes or she just really loves her team. But the Admirals have definitely a lot of heart and soul in this fight. We've seen it again and again. The fact they're able to go to 7 games and win, or be in the lead right now. Trouba with a shot, blocked by Primara, says a lot about their character and what they're able to do. Lyon goes to get it, top Bellwada corner. Towards the blue, Iro can't keep it in. That sweeps right past Trouba, pass to Nix Fazo. Get all the way past the red line as Primara sends it south. Iro beats him to it, and that's sent back in with a little help from Fazo. In on goal, and that's sent away by Nell Celebros. Still on the bottom Bellwada corner there. A board battle between the captains in the top. Set down to the bottom. Lyon towards the blue. Iro can't keep it in. Primara is able to sweep it right past into the Ajasia zone. Battling there with Fazo. It's Primara trying to get it away. Hits Trouba off and sent towards the blue. Centering past. Lyon shoots it wide. Hits the post and a good rebound denied there by Widaz Noirem. In the top now. Trouba towards the blue. Primara is out of position, can't put it in. Still trying. Nix Fazo. Primara with a shot. Blocked there. Rebound, and Lyon can't put it in the wide open net. Here comes Lyon again with another chance. Centering pass. Primara, and he fawns on the pass. Sends it back in the neutral zone and all the way into the Bellwada top corner. Fazo is able to chip that in. 1 minute on the first. 60 seconds, here we go. Primara gets it passed into the Ajasia zone, chasing the referee. Lyon with a shot that goes wide again, and Fazo's gonna not take it in. A good chance there by Lyon. The rebound hits the post, and that's a good save by Widaz. Gone past Lyon. Primara gets it back in on goal. off the post and sent wide again. A great chance for the Legion, but a whistle's going to be blown here and play will drop dead. 36 seconds to go in the first. The shots on goal are equalizing here. 11 for the scoreless Legion and 13 for the Ajaccio Admirals. A large part of why this is going so well for the boys in blue and white is Witaz Noirem, with just under an 80 save percentage in very few games. Swords in to the right of Noirem, and that's won by the Admirals off the draw. Lyon can't get the shot off, and here comes Truba, intercepted by Primara. Beaten once more by Primara, and Fazo gets beaten again. Dumped south the line, brought in on goal, and a good, nifty play by Gios Truba is able to stop that there. Here comes Nix Fazo, and she is beaten to the punch by Lyon before she can get a shot off. Lyon towards the red, stopped by Fazo. Primara can't get it past either. Less than 10 seconds to go in the first as Lyon makes a big sweeping maneuver, able to chip that past the Admiral zone. And on goal, Primara takes a shot, but that's late, and that's going to be the buzzer. The end of the first. Here at Ajaccia's Locker, Game 7, the Pulowa Cup Finals on the line. The score, 3-0 in favor of the Ajaccio Admirals at the end of the first. The shots are 11-13 in favor of the Admirals, but don't go anywhere. We have some exciting news at halftime, and of course, 8 more minutes of exciting, tense Hoquenna to come.
Did you know you can get free social coins just for coming to Hoquenna games?
The AHI and the Kopana Trenissa Sarovi have partnered to offer 2 lucky fans a month the opportunity to win a Graal Classic social coin.
There's not a catch. Simply show up to as many Hoquenna games as you can. Support your favorite teams. Dress in team colors and be the loudest fan you can. Have fun! AHI officials will keep track of the league's biggest superfans.
Be a fan, not a spectator. Be known.
I wanna love you, I wanna make you mine. Would you lay it on the line? Lay it on the line. Lay it on the line. Lay it on the line. Don't waste my time.
Welcome to the halftime show, everyone. As we approach the end of the semifinals, it's time to bring back a fan favorite we know a lot of people have been waiting for.
And what would that be?
Well, over the course of the playoffs, we've been asked, and in some cases even sent, a lot of questions from the fans. What I'd like to do now is devote just a little time to answering some of them.
Fan questions, no way, let's go. What's the first one?
A lot of these are pretty creative. I like this first one, and knowing you guys, I have a feeling it's going to take up most of the segment. It says simply, what's your favorite jersey used by a team this season and why?
They're called sweaters, Rufos, get it right.
For sure, that's just as valid. I think I'll start with mine, though. For me, I've got to say the new Crowns away jerseys are the best. Don't get me wrong, I like the old ones too, but these new ones are levels above. They're sleek, they're minimalistic, but they still have that distinct Crowns flair. Not to mention the innovation. The Crowns are now the first team in the league to have away jerseys whose design is distinct from their main home jerseys.
I can agree there, Rufos. I'll give you that one for sure. But I have to say, nothing's better than their home sweater. Sure, the away sweater is unique, but for me, it's that orange that's important. You have to remember the history of these sweaters, right?
History? We're on season 3, DJ. What history?
Isn't it obvious? The Crowns only win big when they're wearing orange. Look at last season. They couldn't get the cup and they had that dark navy blue. But in season 1, they won it all. And so far this season, they're back in the finals and they had the streak. Whenever the Crowns wear orange, they're dominant. Whenever they're not, they fall off. I'm woke to this, man.
Yeah, sure. You and your superstitions. I will say, though, in regards to my favorite jersey, it's neither of them.
Considering you hate everybody equally, I'm surprised you even have a favorite.
I, in fact, do. I like the Admirals jersey. The blue and white color combination is iconic and memorable, and it shows their home province's Orion history. Belbada's isn't that great. It doesn't reflect the heritage, and it's kind of sloppy.
What about you, Camilla? You've been pretty silent this whole time.
I'm still broken up about it, that's why. I've always been a fan of the Kyiv Crusaders. You know that. I like all their jerseys, but this season's one, I guess their final one, was special. We were the first team to get a new logo. We were the first team to get a new jersey design. And the entire team, whether it be fans, players, or ownership, we're all proud of it.
Their white jerseys were pretty sweet, I can't lie. But a lot of these jerseys are really interesting. Take a look at Prustella's black and yellow mix. They're iconic. If the Crowns get credit for having a different design home and away jersey, then the Bolts should get credit for being the only team allowed not to have a white jersey for their away.
I think it's still one to be proud of. For sure it's one to be remembered. It looks like I was right, though. We did manage to take up the segment on just this one, so it looks like we'll have to tackle the rest of them in the future. For now, though, let's head back to the RLC. It's time for puck drop in the second half.
Verdadeira lealdade à Sua Majestade Imperial, Carolus 13º, Rei dos Sarovianos e Imperador da comunidade saroviana, a seus herdeiros e sucessores, que observarei fielmente as leis do Império, assim
Por Stefan, pela pátria, pelo imperador.
Hear the city sing its old sweet song. Life's a gamble, come on, what's your name? Let's go on a date to a Crowns game. Sahome, the city's alive tonight. Brass in the air and the stars shining bright. Oh, Sahome, you steal my heart away.
Eight minutes on the clock again for the second half as the Ajasia Admirals lead by 3. Or Ajasia's Angels, as they've been known to be called from the influence of Nick Sfazzo, the team's captain. Swords in at center, and Iro takes the draw, won there by Triba and brought in by the Belbada Legion. Sent up north, Fazzo sends it back in on her own zone. Lyon can't get the shot off there, and Triba sends it away. Primara with a good shot, blocked and sent out in the neutral zone. All the way to Nel Celebros to get that pass towards. Here comes Saj, shoots, scores! And the Legion are on the board tonight. Game 7, 3-1, Ajasia. And you can feel the momentum swinging back the other way with this very quick goal by the Legion. The shots on goal are evening up. Both teams have 3 apiece on the ice. Less than 25 seconds into the second, and the Legion have cut into the Admirals' lead. Sorensen again, and Fazzo's able to get that past the red momentarily. Saj sends it back in with a little help from Iro Noirem, and that's sent at the blue line. Sent back in on goal. Iro with a good save. Shot there. Stop. And a great last-second net by Widaz Noirem. Keeps the lead with 2. And Lyon's trying to yell and argue that was too late, but that's going to be a very blatantly wrong decision by the captain. He's had some good games recently, 14 games played this entire season for a total of 43 points. However, Lyon has had quite a few suspensions and some extensive penalties, hurting his team in the process, including today, with Nick Sfazzo out of the lineup. Back on goal, Lyon trying to get a centering pass, Primara shoots, scores! No, the waving it off, no goal, no goal! goal. Game's continuing. A great save by Wadaz Noirem. I don't know if that hit the red. Plays the zone. Lyon gets it out in the neutral zone. What a great play there by Wadaz Noirem. Puck's in the bottom of Jasia zone. Right on the doorstep, Sukatos Primara, and he can't seal the deal. Maya Mucelli off the ice. Still battling at the boards, and that's going to fly over into the bench and out of play. Just in time for Nick Sfazio to head onto the ice to replace the Maya Mucelli, who head off seemingly by accident. The Legion have taken control for shots on goal today. For the first time, back to Wadaz, and he makes a great pass in the neutral zone. Admirals can't stop it, Balbada offside. And that's finally sent up and out in the neutral zone. Primara gets it back in, Saj still outside, live with a shot, scores! And I don't know if that goal should count because Saj was, I mean, it's debatable. I think she was offside, but the Balbada Legion are within one goal of tying the Ajasia Admirals. 6:25 to go in the second. And this is exactly what I mean. The momentum is there for the Legion. They just have to take it and utilize it critically today.
Number 7, Robert Lyon.
Swords in at the top and won by the Admirals. Truba trying to get it past the zone, in on the blue. Sent up, off the boards. Iro sends it in on a goal. Lyon shoots, scores at his own goal. Lyon. Holy Stefanos. A simply sensational own goal by Robert Lyon, and Ajasia doubled the lead yet again. And the momentum that I was just ranting and raving about minutes ago is out the window for the Balbada Legion. What a play by Lyon. And that's going to be something that is going to be talked about depending on who wins this game. Iro on the draw, wins that cleanly back to Nick Sfazio, who gets that past the red line. Iro can't get it past the Balbada defenders and is brought into the Ajasia zone. Top corner now, brought to the bottom. Truba gets it away, and cycling behind the net is Nick Sfazio, the captain. Sfazio battling with Lyon, trying to get it away. Lyon knocks her down. Still in the Ajasia zone, sent to the top. Fazo towards the blue, kept in by Primara. Iro tries to get it away. Fazo off the boards, kept in the Ajasia zone still. Fazo towards the blue line again. Primara can't keep it in that time. Lyon sends it in. Offsides, off the post. An own shot there by Gios Truba. Sent in front of the goal again. Primara can't get the centering pass, and that's sent in the neutral zone all the way back to the Balbada Blue. Here comes Saj, blocked there. Iro can't block the second shot. Primara chips it further in on goal. Iro swats it away from Wadaz Noirem, and that's sent back towards the blue, and Truba dumps it in the bottom Balbada zone. Centering pass, but the Admirals are offside, and Primara has a break. Primara can't get the shot off as Iro stops him and pushes the puck into the bottom Ajasia zone. Still battling there. Fazo gets possession. Balbada Legion established now in the Ajasia zone. In front of the goal, Wadaz gets that away. Brought back in by Primara momentarily, but Wadaz able to clear it with a good pass. Fazo at the red. Truba gets it past both Balbada defenders. Nick Fazo elects not to take an easy shot on goal, and we're back in the neutral zone. Primara past Iro. Sent back into the bottom, and now the top of the Ajasia territory. Still battling with both captains in the corners. Fazo goes to chase. Past the blue, and the Legion can't hold it. Here comes Iro. Iro beaten there by Primara. Primara, the shot there, Wadaz with a good save twice in a row. and that's going to be sent out of the play. And Maya Mucelli's had a slow start to the season after being traded from the Sarovia and Crowns, but she is picking up her pace. Yes, she left late in the second, but with 5 goals and 5 assists each for 15 points, she is becoming a solid depth player, and her defense today has been off the charts. She's had some mistakes for sure, but this is definitely a better and Maya Mucelli. Great save by Wadaz. Now here come the Admirals on a bolt. Shot there, saved by Celebros, and the play is going to continue. In the bottom zone, centering pass, Iros chases it right back into the zone. Success, but Lyon's able to clear, and that's sent back towards the Bell-Bottle Blue, dumped in by Gios Truba. The Admirals are playing a definite triangle strategy here. Admirals keep it in, blocked Sash, in on goal, scores! A shot that was searching for the boards behind the net hits the skate of Saja Galenis. 5-2 Ajasia. The Legion are having some difficulty here today. They need to come back from this. And so we have Swords in at center ice. Easily dropped and won back to Truba, gets that past the red line, and that's sent by Primara back in the Bell-Bottle zone in front of the goal, and that's swatted aside by Primara again, next to Celebros. Sent south and out of play, shot there by Iro Noirem, Ajasia offside. Lyon gets that out of zone, sent back in by Truba, and Celebros with a good save. Shot again, rings off the post, and Celebros leaves the crease by a good margin, gets it away. Primara with a shot, blocked by Gios Truba with a little help from Wadaz Noirem. Scrum at the Ajasia blue line, and the puck goes over the boards and out of play. And that's going to reach the crowd below. And so we have a defensive zone face-off to the right of Wadaz Noirem, bottom corner. Bell-Bottle looking for a few equalizers here. Trying to get it away, up to the blue. Primara shoots, scores! A beautiful, absolutely phenomenal goal by Sukatos Primara. A set piece if I've ever seen one. Win the face-off, pull it back, centering pass, right past Wadaz Noirem, and there's very little he can do with a set piece just like that. 2:44 to go in the second. Just 2 shots away from the Admirals being tied here at the locker. Lyon back to Primara, who gets that in on the zone. Centering pass by Iro, gets it past the logo. Now sent back the other way. Primara beats the shot. Truba, shot, scores! Primara does it again. 4-5 Admirals with plenty of time on the clock. And Captain Lyon sums it up in short. Just 1 goal, 1 shot away from the Legion, taking home a tie, and we might head to overtime to decide who will head to face the Sarovia Crowns for the Pulowa Cup. Swords in, that's won by the Legion, off the boards. Bazo can't get the shot off, and Truba gets it past the blue line. Celebros stays turtled in her crease right there, and that's sent back toward the red and dumped in by Truba, trying to kill some time. Just over 2 minutes on the clock, centering pass by Lyon, clears the zone and sashes some good poke check there on Truba, but that's going to go out of play, and we're going to have a center ice face-off. 2:06 in a second. 25 shots on goal for the Legion and 17 for the Admirals. One there by the Admirals, but Wadaz sends it back in the neutral zone. Lyon can't get the shot off by Iro, and Nick Spazzo can't get it past Saja Galinas. Sent back, and Primara intercepts at the blue line. Saja beats him at the punch. Lyon now dumped into the Ajasia zone, but sent into neutral right after. And dumped in there by Truba. Towards the center, Primara makes a good play at the red line. Saja sends it up. Iros to Fazzo, and she stops a shot there by Saja Galinas. Primara hit there by Truba. Lyon trying to chip it away, sent into the Ajasia zone. Less than 1:30 to go, 90 seconds. Past the red line, Lyon pass to Primara, in on goal. Primara can't get a shot off. Saja, shot there, blocked by Nick Spazzo. Everyone is blocking shots here today for the Admirals as the time ticks down slowly and surely. Board battle behind the goal. Spazzo laying some hits. 60 seconds on the goal. All they need is one. Centering pass, gone away by Iro, and Truba gets it up top. In the neutral zone now. Legion have to clear, brought right in on a goal by Primara at the blue line. Set in, Fazzo sends it on her own goal, off the post. Shot there by Lyon, cleared by the Admirals. Primara stops at the red line. The crowd's getting louder and louder by the second. Shot off the post by Truba. Sent to the top. In the Bell-Bottom zone now, 30 seconds to go. Lyon trying to get it out of the zone. Time's running out. Fazzo trying to get it kept in, but Lyon swats it at the red line. 20 seconds, pass to Saja. Still at the red line, dumped in by Fazzo. Here comes Lyon for another go. 10 seconds to go. Pass there in the Ajasia zone. 8 seconds off the cage, rattled by Primara. In front of the goal, Wadaz. Great save, game saver, 2-1. And the Ajasia Admirals have done the unthinkable here today. 5-4. And the Ajasia Admirals have won the game. And the Bell-Bottom Legion have been eliminated from the Pulowa Cup playoffs. The Ajasia Admirals will move on to Sarholm in the battle for the Pulowa Cup. Absolutely unthinkable events that I've partaken here today. 6-1 odds in the betting markets, and the Bell-Bottom Legion leave just one goal short of victory. And the handshake line commences at center ice as the fans cheer on their teams. What an exceptional game by both teams, who neither of them could have expected this would have gone as far as it has. And Wadaz Noirem and Robert Lyon having the face-off, having handshakes at the face-off zone, and both captains will do a quick handshake at the dot, and Dirkos Atlas and Robert Lyon. Handshakes, teammates and rivals alike. And so, the first Game 7 in AHI history unfolds, and the Admirals will take the 5-4 win, and they are ready to go on a date with the Sarholm Crowns March 14th. The 3 stars of the game. First star is Amaya Mutelli for exceptional defensive abilities today. The second star is Wadaz Noirem for good goaltending, and the third star is Nell Celeros for keeping her team in the fight in Game 7.
I wanna love you, I wanna make you mine. Would you lay it on the line? Lay it on the line. Lay it on the line.
What the hell?
Guys, cool it down. I know we're all in shock right now, but we've got to cool it down. We've got a post-game show to do.
You're asking the impossible, dude. 6-1 odds. 6-1.
Whoever bet on a Joshua is making big money tonight, that's for damn sure.
Well, for those just tuning in, we may have just witnessed the biggest, most embarrassing choke in Hoquenna history.
Hey, hold on now. Nothing beats the Kiev Crusaders destroying the Prus Lions in Season 1.
This comes pretty damn close.
It just might. The Admirals have beaten the Belbada Legion 5-4.
How did this even happen? It's like everything went wrong for the Legion all at once.
You can say that again. Those odds weren't a mistake. Everyone thought the Legion was going to win. I think even the Admirals thought the Legion was going to win. They came prepared for a fight. Nix Fosso, Amaya Mucelli, Gios Truba, all there, even though rumors were flying that Fosso was going to be missing. Not to mention they even brought a minor leaguer.
And Belbada, by comparison, it was just Robert Lyon and Sukatos Permara. And Robert and Nix both started the game with a penalty, so Sukatos was alone. It was 3-on-1.
That second half was interesting, though. Once Saja Galinas came in, the numbers were more equalized.
Yeah, at that point, I think some people were wondering if the Legion were about to stage a comeback, and the Admirals just got a lucky first half. For a minute, it looked like that was exactly what was about to happen.
By then, though, it was too little too late. The Admirals' lead was too great, they knew it, and those sly bastards ran out the clock until the buzzer. That's smart Hoquenna. They may have been handed an amazing situation by fate there, but they didn't just run with it. They played smart.
And that's going to come in handy as they now advance to the finals to face the Sarholm Crowns.
Oh, my Stefanos, they're screwed. This is going to be painful.
Well, we'll see. We all thought the Legion were going to win tonight, and yet here we are. Nevertheless, this has been the post-game show, the last of the semifinals. I'm Rufos Tabello, here with DJ, Cam, and Eros, and we will see you in the finals.